I'm tired. This was stressful, huh? So this cake has 3 parts. You need to make sure that you are soaking the rhubarb in the sugar, and make sure that you sit it aside. So you should be sitting aside in the sugar for 20 minutes. Then we need to make the crumble. I do think you should make the crumble the first thing, because that crumble, my arms are in pain. It took like 15 minutes for the crumble to be done. Aside that, then the dough, it's really easy, it's really simple. It's my normal dough, really fluffy, that will grow, that will look pretty. However, after the crumble, my arms were already like, can you see? I have muscles. And I don't even exercise that much. I'm tired. The assembling, it's really straightforward, right? So butter, you add a little layer of apricot jam. I chose apricot because apricot is a little bit tart, although sweet, and it pairs really well with rhubarb. So I think that's gonna be perfect. If you don't have apricot, I guess you can omit the jam, or you can use the strawberry jam. That also goes really well. Afterwards, you add your layer of rhubarb, and then you add the crumbles on top. You're gonna bake this cake for 40 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. Okay? That's it. That's pretty much it. My goodness. I am tired. I'll be back. Now I have a lot to clean up. And wait, it's the waiting game now. I'll see you soon.
It's May and rhubarb is in season. For today's recipe, I'm gonna need you to look for firm, crisp stalks with vibrant colors. You need to choose your rhubarb correctly. Wash them thoroughly under cold water to remove any dirt or debris. Trim off the ends and disregard. Important disclaimer about rhubarbs is that you cannot eat the leaves. So I'm gonna ask you to remove the leaves, which can be toxic if ingested in large quantities. Trim off the leaves and disregard them. Only use the stalk for this recipe. You will need to cut the rhubarbs into small chunks. Cover them in sugar and set aside while you do the other steps of the recipe. We're gonna start by creating our crumble. For our crumble, you will need a combination of these ingredients: crushed almonds, flour, sugar, and butter. It's gonna take some time until all the ingredients mix together and form the crumble that we want. So you might need to be patient. If you have a standing mixer, you are on a good luck. But if you only have a hand mixer like me, it will take you roughly 10 to 15 minutes to reach the texture that we want. Stay patient. It's an arm workout, but you can do it. For our butter, which is the last step of our recipe, it's pretty straightforward. You already know I always separate my dry ingredients from the wet ingredients. Today you will need to make buttermilk. Once the buttermilk is set, you're going to need to add vegetable oil and sparkling water. Either sparkling water or tonic water, it will suffice. For our dry ingredients, you're going to need to scale everything, and you will need flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, and vanilla extract. Once all our dry ingredients have been scaled, you have to swift. You want to make sure that everything is combined homogeneously and that your butter will not be rising differently because the ingredients have not been well mixed. If you have an electric standing mixer, great. If you don't, use a normal whisk like I have. A colander and a bowl, swift your dry ingredients completely. Make sure everything is smooth, and then you can add your wet ingredients. I want you to create a really smooth batter. This electric whisk came in handy because it made the process quite smooth. But you want a smooth batter. Now it's time to assemble. Make sure that you add the layers nice and compact. I chose to use apricot jam in this recipe, although my partner said that it was not a necessary step. So if you want to omit the apricot jam, go for it. Afterwards, add our layer of rhubarb that has been sitting with sugar and the crumble. Make sure that everything is sitting down. You might need to put some pressure and tap the dough, and then just bake the cake for 40 minutes at 170 degrees. Depending on the oven that you have, this process might take a little bit longer. So after the 40 minutes, do the toothpick test. If the cake is still wet, pop it on for another 10 minutes.
It is time. We need to check if the cake is baked, of course. Hot. Oh. Ooh, look at that. Let me just double check if everything is cooked. Clean. Everything is cooked. It's gonna be a good cake.
Picture this. Cozy blend of sweet and tangy flavors, topped with a comforting almond crumble. Made with care and compassion, my cake is a true ode to mindful eating. I've packed it with fresh rhubarb, giving each bite a burst of natural goodness. And because it's vegan, it's not just delicious, it's also kind to animals and the planet. So whether you are committed to vegan or simply looking for a guilty-free indulgence, my vegan crumble rhubarb cake is sure to hit the spot. Grab a slice, gather your friends, and let's savor the joy of compassionate baking together.